Well, that was fun, fighting with the wind and trying to get me bivvy up. It's going all over the place. It is Friday, it is the 12th of May, it is 6:15 in the evening, a windy evening, and I am in one of the most popular and sought after swims on the lake. The point swim, I call it. It hasn't really got a name, I don't think. Yeah, there's nobody on this peninsula other than one day angler further down. Probably because of the conditions, because it's going to make casting and getting a bait on the spot quite difficult unless the wind drops a bit later, which I'm kind of hoping it does. I'm going to leave it a little bit. I'm going to look at my phone in a minute whilst I'm checking my distances on Google Maps. But yeah, I'm hoping it eases off a bit so I can get the rods on the spots that I want to fish, which are tight up to an island in front of me, and also up the left-hand side, the left-hand margin, to a gap where the fish funnel through, and you can pick them up as they hug tree lines on either side. So yeah, and I've had a good hit in here before now. Last year, around about this time, must have been last year, I was having not quite double takes, but I was netting one fish and the other rod was going off. So yeah, it was great fun. I do like this swim, but I can rarely get in it because, you know, I'm coming down a lot of the time after most people on a Friday evening. They knock off work early and get down lunchtime or whatever. So yeah, I'm glad to be in here, if only for a change of scenery. I don't mind the wind and that, as long as it drops off a little bit, I can get my rods out. So yeah, right, well I'm going to check the phone now, see what the score is on that front, and yeah, I'll catch up with you in a bit. Well, I knew I'd nailed that cast on the right hand rod that went out first. Oh, it's only been out half hour. I've just finished, literally. Spotting on the left hand rod. It's 8 o'clock. Wallop, off it went. The right hand one. Okay. What we got, mate? All the way through. is. That's raised the first, I think. It won't be long. Funny enough, when I put a lead out there just to check the distance first of all, and I spooked a fish then. Just bolted off the surface. Right, 23. A nice 23 pounder. Look at me, calm down. Side. Well, it's coming up 9 o'clock now. That was all very hectic, the whole thing really. Getting here, setting me bivvy up and then getting the rods out and just finishing spodding on my left hand rod and then right one going off. Nice 23 pounder. Yeah. I knew I nailed the right hand rod cast when I put it out there. It was just on the corner of where on the island some bushes stick out. 24 wraps, that is. Yeah, I didn't have so much trouble getting spods out to the spot really. I wasn't taking off line a lot. That was more on the when I put the left hand rod out. Again, it was the same distance, 24 wraps, just down the margin there. Yeah, my kept getting taken off line. The wind was catching it. I don't know why it should be different. You know, that's slightly different angle. But yeah, I had terrible trouble. I put a couple up the trees and that, but I mean, I got the spod back. It's like tow rope, my leader. Shock leader. So, but eventually I got a couple pretty much on the mark, and the ones where I overcompensated and the wind didn't carry it, I mean, I've got a spot to hit tonight which doesn't take a chance of going up the bushes. So yeah, I'm not too fast, but it did take me a while, and it was literally 8 o'clock when I put the last spot out, and I walked back, put it here and wallop. Oh, and then I was just I set the camera up on the rods, and I was just putting the camera on the landing net, and then it went. So yeah, and when I put it back out there again, I nailed it with the cast. The wind's dropped off a little bit now. Still getting gusts. The gusts are up to 35 miles an hour according to the app. So I've put another 3 spods out there as well, and again I was pretty good, pretty close with them. But yeah, so yeah, it being 9 o'clock, it's Friday night beer time whilst I'll get my curry on the go, and I'll need it as well because standing out there for that long, the wind was cutting through me a bit. It's not particularly cold, well, it's northeasterly, so a little bit chilly, but yeah, I'm alright now, tucked out of the wind. I'm warming up, so yes, right, well, the curry's going to warm me up, and hopefully the beer, and I'll catch up with you later. Well, that was disappointing. It had just gone 2 o'clock when I had that take, and then a minute later, or something like that, it was off. Hook pull. Hook's fine, still sharp and everything. It kited down the margin here on that side, came towards me, and I kept a tight line on it, but all of a sudden it wasn't on. So yeah, I put it back out there, and I'm glad that I was a bit wayward with a couple of spots and that were more out in open water, because that's where I've aimed to recast it. I mean, the wind's dropped now, but 5 minutes ago when I did it, it was gusting still. The take, it was funny, I was up anyway, because I mean, the wind's been keeping me awake on and off through the night. The gusts and that's been shaking this thing like an earthquake. But yeah, I've been getting the odd bleep during the night when there's been gusts, even though I've got the sensitivity turned down. And then I must have been awake, and then I had a couple of bleeps on that rod when the wind had dropped off. So I thought, oh, that's interesting. And then 5 minutes later, it belted off. So yeah, I was pretty quick on it to get out there. Yeah, so yeah, disappointing. I couldn't tell what sort of size fish it was or anything, so I'm going to tell myself it was a small one. Yeah, but I mean, it's going to be light in 3 hours, so unless I oversleep now, because I think I'll end up catching up with sleep, then I'll be up at first light just to see from where the line's pointing where I put it, and probably have a recast then, because that, you know, I'll still have 6 hours or whatever till lunchtime for another chance on that rod. But I was kind of thinking that if one was going to go again, it would be the right hand one, not the left. So yeah, we'll see. It's a bit of a night still to go, so yeah, I'm going to try and get my head down now, and I shall see you in the morning. Okay, well, it's 3:30. I've got this little fella in the net. You're right, little battle mate, didn't you? Are you even £10? Let's have a look. Not quite, 9.5. Bless him. We're going to show you to the camera, aren't we? Look, you're up to be a £30-pounder, mate, wouldn't you? Let's even do the other side. Born and bred in here. Dorsal up, angry little fella. Right, let's get you back. Okay, well, that little fella made up a bit for the lost one. It's 4:10 now. Just put it back out there. I could hear the lead hit the water even through the wind, but there was a second sort of splash just after, you know. So So I wonder if I spooked another fish out there, or it could be a bird, I suppose. But yeah, so it was a second sort of douche. So I'm not sure what that was. We'll see. It'll be light in probably an hour, so I can see where my lines are pointing, how accurate the casting was. I don't know if I'm going to go back to bed or not. I'm not getting any sleep really. I'm just getting off and then need to go. And then I'll be awake again. So yeah, I don't know. Right, okay, well I shall see you in a bit. Okay, it's just gone up to 6 o'clock. Another little fella. I tell you, I cast both those rods in the night better than I did during the day. I got up and looked at where the line was going. It was spot on, both of them. I reckon you'll struggle to make £10 as well. Yeah, just under. We're going to show you to the camera anyway. Because one day you might be big. There we go. Perfect little carp. Dorsal up. Probably never seen a hook. Right, let's put you back. Oh, never needed this more. I hardly had any sleep. The left hand one, I put it back out there and then put a few spods out as well. The right hand one, even though it was looking alright the way the line was pointing, I thought I'd put it in anyway and recast it, so I might rebait that spot. And the rig was actually tangled, so I recast that, the right hand rod, and I've put a bit of bait out there as well, 3 spods. So yeah, because I mean now it's 7 o'clock. I'll be off at about 12, something like that. It's not rained overnight or anything, it's quite dry, so I haven't got to dry my gear out. And the wind has dropped a fair bit now. Still the odd gust, but yeah, it's not as windy, so it was easier to cast. Yeah. Fancy my chances for another take before I go. Well, hopefully not another 9.5 pounder. Yeah, but they all count. Yeah. Right, I shall do an update a bit later. good fish. That was a good fish. Oh, well, that's disappointing. I really wanted that fish. I got a good look at it as well. It was in front of me for ages, just in close, playing it. It was a upper 20, if not more. So yeah, I'm gutted. Gutted. That's turned what was, you know, a nice little session into something less than that now. And now I'm thinking, right, it's 8 o'clock. I need to have another chance. I need to get another one on the bank. I'll put it back out there and put some more bait out, because that take was only, what, probably 40 minutes, something like that, after I put it out there. So yeah, not long. We're getting through it out there. No signs, no shows or anything. I didn't hear any crashing in the night, but they're out there. So yeah, carp fishing, eh? There'll be another one. I've got to tell myself, there'll be another one, Kev. Another one will come along. Yeah. Right, I'm going to have my third cup of coffee. My second one got a bit cold, as I was otherwise detained out there. So yeah, I'm going to have another one, and I need it as well to prop me up, get me through the morning. Right, I'll check in with you later. Don't like this, it won't come up to the top. Hey. Oh yeah. Okay, well it's about 10 o'clock when that went off. Actually it was a bit before. I was playing it for about 10 minutes or so. Oh, that was twitchy backside time. Yeah, I had visions of it. What happened before? Oh, I was just caught in the scissors. Thankfully, it was quite firmly hooked. Quite a few leeches on these fish. Still, they need to do a bit of lunking, clean themselves off. Bit like the other one, 23.5. It's bigger than the other one, unless I'm just used to looking at 9-pounders. Come on in, mate. Look at you. Beauty. Oh, I've never wanted a fish so much after losing that other one. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, oh, you made my camera up there. Soon have you back. Very good. Come on in. I think the wind's dropped enough for me to be able to film outside and not just be drowned out by the wind noise. Yeah, that feels better now. That feels better. Couple of 23s, couple of little ones. Lost a good fish. Lost an unknown. Yeah. I haven't put any freebies out because it's gone 10 now. It must be coming up for 20 past 10, something like that. I'm going to have to start a pack away. It's a fair old trek back to the car and I've got to go around and see a couple of people. Yeah, I wasn't going to put any freebies out just for the last hour and a half, 2 hours. So yeah, I suppose there's still a chance for another, but I shouldn't be greedy. I'm well happy, I'll go home happy now. So yeah, mission accomplished. Right, okay, I'll catch up with you in a bit. Well, you can see why it's a popular swim, can't you? Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll be able to get back in there again on my time on here, so yeah, I'm glad I made the most of the opportunity. I'll be back soon. In the meantime, if you like this video, give it a thumbs. If you're out there fishing, catch a whacker, and I'll see you next time.